Maneco 64 here, home of alternative economics and contrarian views. This is Wednesday, July 10th, 2019. Today, I have the pleasure to speak with Jason Cousins. He's the CEO and founder of Glint Pay. Nice to have you here, Jason.
Thank you for having me on your cast.
So today, for my viewers everywhere around the world, I'm going to be asking Jason some questions about Glint. First of all, Jason, what is your background?
Well, for somebody who's disrupted the financial services industry, I'm not actually from the financial services industry. I qualified as an architect at university when I was younger and moved very quickly into the emerging realm of virtual reality. The first time it was kind of cool back in the early 90s. And so I was visualizing the Sydney Olympic Stadium for the world to see. And when the Queen St. George's Chapel burned down, the engineers and architects asked me to visualize what this complex vaulted ceiling it looked like. That was the world I was in. And that developed and morphed into developing multimedia and then web and e-commerce solutions. So the two digital agencies that I had developed most of the developed e-commerce and internet marketing solutions for some of the big high street retailers here in the UK and across Europe.
Great. How did you come up with the idea of Glint Pay?
Well, yeah, I mean, there I was developing digital product for the kind of emerging digital ecosystem, and I suddenly, experienced the last financial crisis. And like I think a lot of people, it was the first time that really I became conscious that a bank is not a safe deposit of my money. In fact, it's fundamentally the opposite of that. You put your money into the bank, it ceases to be yours, they owe it back to you, and they put it at risk. It's supposed to be in return for an interest rate. But really, I think the financial crisis, when you're watching Lehman Brothers go down and you're watching Northern Rock in the northeast of England, where I'm from, it really brings it home for you. And so I was starting to think, okay, so if the bank isn't a safe deposit of my wealth and my money, then what is? At the same time, that then takes you on to thinking about money itself. Why does money depreciate in ways that are out of your control? Why does $1 or £1 that used to buy 3 or 4 chocolate bars only buy me one? And why is that chocolate bar half the size? And so, again, thinking about money, and there must be a better solution to money. Like I think a lot of people around the world have been thinking since the financial crisis. And I think this explains the rise of the cryptocurrencies and the interest that people have in alternatives in general. I was sat in Paris in a restaurant, in a family-style restaurant table, and next to me were 2 women, a mother and her daughter. And I was speaking to them, and this story unfolded, which I kept hearing again and again from different people, where the daughter had just given up buying the idea of buying a house, for instance. And the mother was saying, yes, I've just told her to forget about it. And I was thinking, this is really terrible, that the monetary system is not serving the needs of most people in this world. And then I learned that gold was the safest and most valuable store of value that the world's ever seen. Of course, some of your viewers will already know an ounce of gold still buys you what it did 2,000 years ago. An ounce would have bought you a Roman toga, and today it's worth over $1,300 or £1,000, so it'll still buy you a nice outfit. There is no other currency in the world that has stood the test of that time. And yet, the pound, the dollar have lost over 80% of their purchasing power in my lifetime. But it's a great store of value, but it's not a very good medium of exchange in this electronic world, payments world that we live in. And people would say to me, Jace, well, gold's great. I have 5, 10, or even 25% of my wealth in gold at any one time, depending on what's going on in the world, but it's not very good paying for things. I can't use it to buy a coffee. And that was like a red rag to a bull to me. I'd spent the last 15 years trying to do things new with digital technologies, new ways to sell, new ways of creating efficiencies, and new ways of creating totally new ways of doing things. So that's where I set off. That was about 10 years ago. Set off on the journey to create a gold currency, a global gold currency that can be used for payments, everyday payments all around the world.
What is Glint's ethos or goal? Your company's goal?
Well, yeah, I mean, we use ethos for the company or ethos for gold?
No, of the company.
Yeah, well, I think Glint wants to give everybody or help towards giving everybody an equal opportunity to prosper. I mean, we don't think necessarily, obviously, that everyone will, but that's up to individuals. But there should be a level playing field. And we think that the first step in helping deliver that world is to deliver a reliable gold currency that can be used by everyone on the planet.
Great, great.
A kind of personal gold standard,
Yeah, being your own central bank, so to speak.
Yeah.
Can you tell us who are the major backers of the Glint project, Glint Pay project?
Yeah, sure. Well, we've been very fortunate to have a number of different investors back Glint right from the very beginning. We've been through a number of different funding rounds. And it's not just on our funding, it's our partners as well. So MasterCard, for instance, is the payments debit card system that we integrate with, and we work very closely with them. Lloyds Bank in the UK are where all of our client fiat currencies are held in segregated and safeguarded accounts. Brinks is the world's renowned vaulting company where all the client gold, which is physical gold allocated to them, is stored and insured. And Sutton Bank in the US is another bank where US client money is held. And our funders, we've had a lot of interest from all over the world. And for instance, in Japan, the Tokyo Commodities Exchange, they can see that we're going to grow the size of the gold market. This is something that isn't just going to take market share. We're going to make gold front of mind and usable by many more people that use gold currently, and they invested in Glint. And it's a great sign of confidence in our business, obviously doing a huge amount of due diligence, as these investors all do, as well as NEC, who are one of the world's biggest IT companies. And recently, of course, Sprott, who were one of the world's biggest asset managers focusing on gold. They invested in Glint as well. Alongside, right from the very beginning, we had a VC called Bray Capital who also supported us. And without them, we wouldn't have Glint off the ground. So we're very, very thankful to all the investors. We also have about 120 individual investors. And I don't want to forget them because, of course, they're equally as important as the institutions.
What about, you have your offices in London, of course, which I've been to.
Yeah.
And you've got offices now in the States as well. Can you tell us a little bit about how many people you're employing?
Yeah, well, we've actually got an office in London and in Japan and in the US. And those offices are scale up depending on the demand and the stage of business in those regions. So in Japan, it's quite a small office. In the US, it's growing. It's getting ready for our launch, which we're really excited about, which is coming up soon.
What about when did the Glint card and app come out in the UK and the rest of Europe?
Yeah, so we've been supporting clients on the Glint platform since February last year. And we've had tens of thousands of people register for a Glint account and sign up. Most of them have been in the UK because that's where we're kind of known. We don't have huge marketing budgets, so a lot of it's word of mouth.
Yeah.
Although we do have a sprinkling of clients across Europe. But we're very excited about moving into these new regions, especially in the US and later Japan. And then, we have big ambitions. We want to bring Glint to the whole world. So we want everybody to have that same opportunity.
What are the costs of doing business with Glint, with using the card? Not only gold, but also I see that you're able to give the card holders access to other fiat currencies as well. So
let me just go over a second about what the product does. So apart from you're able to buy and sell physical gold, you're able to exchange that with your home currency and spend it using the Glint MasterCard. And you can spend that in 150 currencies around the world, and you only get charged 0.5%. So you can be saving 4 or 5% on what your bank would be charging you when you're spending abroad, for instance. But yes, we're also enabled in Europe you to be able to hold in euros, pounds, and US dollars. In the US, when we're launching, it's just going to be gold and USD to start off with, but that will change later this year. In terms of the fees, we charge a very low 0.5% for the buying and selling of gold and other currencies. And we have penciled in a storage and insurance cost of 0.125% for the gold storage and insurance, but at the moment that's free. It has been all of last year, so we won't be introducing that for a little while yet. I think the only other cost we have is a $1.50, £1.50 or €1.50 fee when you withdraw your currency or redeem your gold through an ATM.
Oh yeah, is it possible to redeem the physical gold at the moment?
Yeah, absolutely. If people want to receive their gold physically and have some of that in their home or whatever they want to do with it, then yes, we'll do that for them. They pay a slight premium for the physical metal bar that's in the denomination that they require for the fees to be able to send it to them. But yeah, we can organize that for any.
So you ship it insured to their home address.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. That's good. And can you tell us where the gold is being stored right now for the UK clients? And
yes, it's held in a vault in Switzerland, in Zurich, and the custodian is a company called Brinks. And if anybody knows anything about the gold industry, they'll know that Brinks is probably the most renowned vaulting company in the world. The vault where it's stored holds the gold of many different companies and banks, etc. But it's outside the banking system, so we're not storing the gold inside a banking custodian. Brinks are an independent company.
Yeah, so I guess you would only be inside the banking system if you're holding some of the fiat currencies, but even those are into your own separate account.
Yeah, although those fiat currencies are segregated and safeguarded accounts, that they are held inside a tier 1 bank. Right. We're also regulated by the UK's Financial Conduct Authority, so we've had to jump through all the hoops and develop all the processes to keep them happy, and we're audited on an annual basis. As is the gold, actually. The gold is audited by an independent metals auditor on a regular basis, and of course we're audited as well by one of the big 5 consultants on an annual basis.
That's a good point there that you've made, because a lot of people will ask, how do we know the gold is there? At least you're doing an audit, unlike the U.S. Treasury.
Yeah, that's right.
But this is the question that a lot of even though I'm in the UK, I have a lot of viewers from the U.S. The biggest viewership comes from there, and a lot of people there want to know a little bit more about the U.S. launch of Glint. Can you tell us a little more and some more details?
Yeah, sure. Well, I don't want to kind of spoil it because we're super excited about the launch in the US. What I can tell you is that we're open. We've got our facilities there. We're able to support the US client base. We've spent over a year integrating with MasterCard US, and that's all done. And we're actually doing a beta test program at the moment. So the cards are being issued, the accounts are being opened for a select group of people in the US, and those final tests are going on. I just say watch this space. We're going to be launching soon. We're super excited about giving everybody in the United States a gold currency, their own personal gold standard, so to speak. The gold's going to still be held in Switzerland, in Zurich, in the same vault. And we are exploring the concept of being able to give people a choice of whether they vault their gold, but that's something that's currently not in the product.
All right. Okay. So you will be announcing that soon, I guess. Hopefully, the launch of the US.
Well, we will. We'll keep you up to date. You'll be the first to know.
The other question I wanted to ask you: how is Glint different from your major competitors? Because a lot of times I get questions about seeing other companies do this before. Can you tell us how Glint is superior and different?
Yeah, sure. I mean, to our knowledge, nobody else in the world has managed to make gold to be used in electronic payments at the point of sale in real time. I mean, we've made it, given it amazing utility so that you can just at the touch of a button or with your card be able to spend straight away like that. Unlike some companies which have attempted to do this in the past, what they've done is simply link a kind of prepaid cash card to a gold bullion account, which enables you to sell some of your physical gold for the proceeds of that sale to be deposited on a card. Well, I kind of felt that wasn't good enough, because now I can only spend the cash, the fiat currency, the dollars or the euros or the pounds that is on my card, no matter how much gold I've got. With Glint, you can spend the gold that you've got in your account without having to kind of sell it first. We deal with it all in real time, all within 200 milliseconds. So I think that that's the unique thing, and to our knowledge, we don't have any competitor in the world on that.
Tell us also for US viewers, they can open an account right now. The only thing that they can't have right now is a card. So technically they can open an account and have gold with Glint, right, on their app?
Yeah, technically they can. I mean, the app really wasn't designed for people to be, buying and selling physical gold. It was really designed as a kind of, liquid current account for people holding gold. And so without the card, I don't think it's adds the most value to people. And I just say, watch this space. Like really soon, you'll be able to download the new version of our app as well, because we're not just launching in the US. We're actually launching a new version of our app, which takes the learnings from the first 10 months of having clients on our platform and improves the usability, makes it easy to use a bit more. So they'll have that and the ability to have a card too. And we're also super excited about in the near future also launching peer-to-peer or person-to-person payments. So hopefully, I'll be able to send gold to you and you'll be able to send gold to your friend. And we're actually at that point not just challenging the banks and the payment card systems and money itself, but we're challenging everything there.
Great, Jason. It was really nice to speak with you.
Great to speak to you too.
Yeah, and I think the viewers are going to be excited to, especially in the US, to know that the Glint card is coming there soon.
Okay, well, make sure you know when the day it's launching, and you can tell everybody when that happens.
Great. Thank you very much, and have a great day, Jason.
And you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.